Alright, in this video we'll focus on site modeling, so the topography or the ground, and adding trees, and also we consider the orientation of the project. First of all, we see the orientation of the project, is it correct or not? As you can see, if I go to the middle level, for example, I see my CAD drawing, the north, it should be in this direction. Now, if I see the middle level, if I switch on the sand path, so you have to be careful here to this crop, so it should not be cropped, otherwise you will not see your sand path. So the sun path, as you can see, the north orientation is in this direction, but it should be in this direction, which means minus 45 degree this way. So now how to change the sun or the orientation of the building? So basically you have to switch on or display the project base point, which is here now. And basically you know how to switch on the project base point. When you can see it, you select it and angle to true north. Actually it should be minus 45. Let's try it. Minus 45. As you can see, the north direction has been changed, and this is very important because it will influence the sun and the shading when you do the rendering. Alright, let's go to back to 3D now. So I know my sun position is okay. As you can see, it's up there and my project is here. So basically now we can simulate the lighting correctly of the sun. Alright, now orientation is correct. Now site model, you may wondering how to bring this site and these trees. Okay, let me remove them, all of them, and I will do them again. So in order to bring them, this one, no need. Okay, in order to bring them from massing and site, you see there is topo surface. So you create the ground using this one. So I select it, and basically there is different option to do it, but we will stick to place points. So, and in order to place points, you can select the elevation. Well, we will take it and make it simple. We will make the elevation all 0 only here, because we have the ramp. Here, so it should not be 0. Okay, let's do it again. So here it should be 0, 0. You will not see the ground until you make the third one. 0, 0, 0. Maybe this way also 0. And now, as you can see, this ground, if I put 1 here, for example, as you can see that there is difference, which means I have to change the elevation of these points. So now how to do it? I can click escape and then I select them, and I have to know the distance between this point to this point. Maybe it's 1.2. Now we have to be careful. As you can see, the ground is now going through your floor, so you have to be careful, which means you have to add another point here, which should be 0. Here, these points, all of them, they should be 0. Otherwise, there will be problem here. Okay, they are 0. Okay, but of course, it's up to you. You can add additional side points here, so because maybe your camera after when you are about to do the rendering will be far, so you don't want to see empty space like air like that. Maybe you will put your camera here, from here to here, so we will see only ground. Yes, so I can even make it bigger, so no problem. Now the only issue I want you to consider is here. So basically I think it's 1.2. 1.2 is good enough for these points. I can create another ones this way. So I always only need to make sure that all these points are 1.2. Yeah, so this is the site modeling, but please try to make it larger in this site. You can just make it larger, so no problem. You just go modify edit again and click point, and you click many here, because you know you will put your camera and you should not show. And after that I will select create space or select space, sorry, I have to need to select correctly this way, and then 1.2. Okay, so again the only thing you have to consider, or the most important thing, is here should be higher, otherwise this one will be flying. All right, after that actually you can select this and you can apply. You have to apply. So now you have your topography or site modeling. Of course, the good thing, there is material, so you can change it. You can click here, change it to what? You can look for grass, for example. You will not find it. So this means I will create my own. I will click create new material. I will call it grass. Click right, duplicate grass for my project, so I will remember it. And then I will go to appearance, and there is image, so I can bring an image, which means I have to Google it. So we have to Google grass. So you just write grass texture. I did this before, so basically I will find it normally. Grass texture in Google, and you look for one which you think it's good. You save it. Let's say this one. You save it. Save it. You save it in your desktop, for example. Sorry, I will save this one. Save as an image. I think I saved one before, so I will find it already. I think I have saved one. Yeah, it's here. So I will just load it. I will go back to my Revit and I will click an image, this one, and I search about my grass. It's here. Okay. I can change these things if I want, but generally it should be okay this way. Click OK. Now I cannot see the color even though it's applied. If I put it realistic, I will see the color of the grass. As you can see, it's green. If I do the rendering, I will see even the texture. And even now there is texture anyway, but it's a little bit far. Yeah, so this is basically how to model the site and how to change its color. And now trees are very simple. So from massing and site, there is site component. You click site component, and then in Revit you will have trees, 3 different types, but you can search in the internet about other types. So from beam object, for example, you write trees and you will find it and you load it. So okay, I will use just these ones, and okay, I will put one here. As you can see, realistic, I can see the tree, but if I deactivate, I make it consistent, for example, or shaded, see, it's very simple presentation of the tree. So actually, of course, you should not add trees anywhere. Like this one should be wrong. You should follow the pictures always. Sorry. So, and of course you will, it's not coronavirus, and of course of course you will be able